Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Light up, let the good vibes flow. It's Gorilla Cigar Lounge, the place to go. Politics, nerds, and the good old days. Grab your drink, join the talk, let's set it ablaze. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. Starships and memories, debates get real. We're saving the world with a mic and some seal. Laughs and wisdom, we're bringing the heat. So pull up a chair, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. Starships and memories, debates get real. We're saving the world with a mic and some seal. Laughs and wisdom, we're bringing the heat. So pull up a chair, you're in for a treat. Welcome to the lounge where the smokes rise high, where we talk what matters, no sugar, no lie. From galaxy far away to the world outside, Gorilla Cigar Lounge where legends reside. So spark up that stove, let's start the show. At Gorilla Cigar Lounge, let the conversation flow.
Don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to a special Cigar Lounge tonight where it's $2 steaks and zero bullshit. And I gotta say, I'm glad the Save Act acted. That means, according to these Democrats, women who are no longer allowed to vote in our elections. No, wait, just a second. What's that? Oh, gotcha. That's just my agent there. He's telling me that anybody who believes that is a complete retard, and I'll even say that to my friends. Just requiring voter ID to vote there. You're saying women could no longer vote, and my favorite one, it's racist and misogynistic, and that black people are too stupid to figure out how to vote. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Because, like, when I go get my cigarettes, I need an ID. When I go get my fishing license, I need an ID. When I rented a hotel down in Florida, I need a fucking ID. When I go and buy my cheap booze, I need a fucking ID to vote. I need an ID for hunting license. When I went to open my check out and get a loan, I needed a fucking ID. So why is it so hard to ask for people to get a fucking ID? But anyhow, with me, I got PvP. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, but I'm still getting over the events recent times in my part of the world. I'll mention that later on. But yeah, and also we need a driver's license to drive, so that's got photo ID, at least on mine. I imagine yours has the same thing.
Well, that's a great gray area there, because according to the sovereign citizens, that you don't need a driver's license because you're traveling, not driving.
Yeah, well, I've seen videos with them going up against the cops, and it didn't go well for them just about every time.
Oh yeah, we'll play sovereign citizen bingo one of these days. But just before we go any further here, we do got a super sticker from Eugene Bird here. So
bird. You're the king. Super chats making our cigars sing. Lighting the lounge, keeping it free. You're the sugar daddy of Gorilla. Thank you, Eugene. You're the best, better than all the rest. With every puff, we raise a cheer. Eugene Bird, our hero here.
And thank you, Eugene, very much for that 1999 Super Sticker. You're a very generous man. Thank you. But let's go ahead and say hello to everybody else that's in here. And Eugene was first tonight. First in the chat goes, she hasn't purposed to sing walked any crooked traders yet, and she screwed up the Epstein files and the douchebag Garcia. I guess that's the Garcia, but it's just the first year. Maybe get better. I gave her a fucking year. I'm calling for her to resign, especially after her PMS spout on fucking the House floor the other day. Jesus, that was a disgrace. And old man Bert said, "No sugar, no lies. You're doing God's work, Gorilla." Well, I'm just doing what I know and what I've researched there. And hey, Suzanne, how's it going? Welcome. And hey, Scurvy, how's it going? Welcome. Go, hey, fruitcakes, or howdy, fruitcakes. Yeah, $2 cigars. That is fancy. Well, I don't have it either. I haven't gotten down to my smoke shop. I'm not paying Minnesota prices. And have a good night, Suzanne. Hail, friends. There. Remember. Authorities don't want Gorilla to get his photo ID anymore after he took his driver's license photo in Speedo. Hey. There was no dress code for that there. They said there's no dress. They didn't give me a dress code for the driver's license pic. So if I want to wear a Speedo, I can wear a Speedo. So you're saying women can still vote? Way to get my hopes up for nothing. Well, here's the thing. Well, from what I'm understanding is when you go to register to vote, which most people do that ahead of time. Their name doesn't match your identification. You're supposed to bring in a birth certificate or passport, which you got to do that when you change the name on your driver's license. They're acting like the states don't know who's changed their names or not. It's all in the database. If you present your ID and stuff.
You know what the basic problem is, Gorilla?
And the reason they want to do
they don't like the rule of law because that gets in their way. If they could get rid of the rule of law, they'd be happy campers.
No, I think Tim Pool is onto something here when he said the reason they don't want the voter ID, which 85% of Americans want, is because then they can't go to these nursing homes and ballot harvest and tell people who to vote for in the nursing homes. That's pretty much all it is there.
Yeah.
But all you have to do is go in and show your ID. If you have a real ID, it's absolutely no problem. If you have just a driver's license and it doesn't match like the name on your birth certificate, which they already know, then you just gotta bring in a passport, your birth certificate, or what certificate. That's all you gotta fucking do. And they're acting like it's the end of the world. My favorite one I can't remember. I don't know who did the man on the street. I remember seeing the video, but I don't know who did the man on the street interviews. I can't remember. Maybe someone could tell me. But they did this big campaign a couple of years ago how it's racist to ask for a voter ID when you're voting. And so the guy went to go. He goes. He went into Harlem. There goes. Just a quick question. Do you have an ID? Yeah, everybody has an ID. Yeah, why wouldn't say? Oh, okay. Then he went down like, do you have an ID here? Then he walked up to their guy. Poor people don't know how to go to that, or black people don't know how to go to the DMV. So he walked up to a couple black people there. He's like, "Hey, can you tell me where the DMV is?" "Yeah, is that down here on 25th Street, hook up left?" That's the funniest shit I've ever seen.
Well, I imagine most black people probably have
there,
an
but
actual driver's license, so of course they know where to get ID. For fuck's sakes, come on, guys. You
well,
know.
in the part of the the issue is like when you get in the cities, like up where my parents live, they said like only like 30% of the high schoolers have driver's licenses because they Uber everywhere. Like they can just Uber everywhere.
Well,
Like
yeah.
when I was 16, well, I got my license at 17 because because I was just reasons there. I had to start getting my license there, but that's such a freeing experience that and everybody here once they turn 16, they want their damn license, so they just go wherever they want without people asking them.
Well,
Having to ask your parents for a ride and stuff.
there's nothing like having your own wheels to do whatever you want to do when you want to do it. I mean, like, okay, Uber, fine, but these must be rich kids because I don't know. I don't think Uber's all that cheap, especially if you're going any distance. These must be kids with a nice,
Well,
bank
no,
account provided by the parents or something.
well, it depends. It depends. There's different tiers of Uber. Like your basic Uber is not really that expensive, but for like ours, we need like when we were down in Florida, we needed the Uber XL LL there. Then and also for needed a vehicle for my mom to be able to get into for the because of her wheelchair and stuff. So we had to
Uh-huh.
spend a lot more for the Uber than
Sure.
like a basic ride to our hotel might have been like 25 30 bucks there, but we needed to go like three tiers up, so it was a lot more. But let's go
Hmm.
ahead and read the chats here. My wife thinks I'm out there looking to get laid, so I can't appear on streams when she's here. Is she wrong? Oh, bring her on along. Hey, bring her in the room. Let's hear from Mrs. Bird here. Yeah, just show her the company you hang out with. Wait. That might not be the best idea there. Maybe not. and,
Well, there's generally it's pretty much a sausage fest on here most weeks, so I don't think Bird's going to make too many connections with the female of the species on here, Mrs. Bird. I think you're
yeah,
safe.
yeah, yeah. And Bird's laughing at Scooby there. He's saying hello to Counting Sheep. Oh, and B, I'd say being in YouTube streams is a very ineffective way to get laid. Yeah, yeah, especially when like the only women I've met on here. Well, of course, one of them's married though, but two of them live down in Texas. I'm not sure where Kimberly lives. Uh, let's see. Uh, Sci-fi mommy, she's no wait, she might be 12. Yeah, she's 10 hours away from me. Let's see. Mama Bray, who's old enough to be my grandmother, she's over in New York. What lovely
Oh,
Sherry, she's over in New York.
so you're a
Let's
granny
see.
groper, are you there, girl?
Hey, no, I'm a sugar baby. I'm a gold digger. I'm a gold
Okay.
digger, but
Okay.
let's see. Yeah, that's all the women I know that's in our community clique. Really, I can think of right off the top of my head. Like that. It's like Jill, Raquel, Lovely, Sherry, Mama Pray 5, Sci-Fi Mombi,
Yeah,
Susan. She's up in Canada there.
I don't think any of the ones that I am familiar with. I mean, Jill's married, of course, so she's off the market. Retro Nerd Girl is cute as hell, but I'm sure she's probably already involved with somebody. If she's not, shame on
I don't know her.
shame on men. Well, she's got a
Yeah.
good channel and she is really cute. And let's see who else. Gosh, I know there's somebody. Charlotte. Charlotte is cute, but I think she's involved as well. So it's like, I got no chance with it. Even if I thought I had a chance, I probably don't have a chance. So
yeah. Well, anyhow, let's see. Laughing my ass off, point taken. And welcome, David Hayes. Welcome to the night. It seems the bigoted position would be the one that assumes black folks can't get photo ID, not the position that requires it, not the position that requires it to vote. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. That says they're trying to appeal to people who don't do any research, and they'll take 15-second TikToks there, because I know a couple of people who get all their news from 15-second TikToks there. So I don't even bother talking politics with them.
I wouldn't bother trying to. I wouldn't even bother talking with them, much less anything in particular.
Yeah, I thought for one of my streams yesterday, I did it because I was too lazy to make it myself. Here, I'll just. So that's the full picture. No, I pulled everybody off to show the full picture.
Okay, that's a nice picture.
Yeah. So
I'm gonna step away for a minute or two, but I'll be back.
And let's see, Gorilla Chat is probably one of the worst places to try and get laid. We repel ladies in these streams. LOL. And let me show you, the great lady. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. Of course, she never comes and hangs out in my stream. So PPRNG is. See, I never even heard of her. There, but here, I'll pull up Grok here, and we're gonna pull up the main points of the SAVE Act. I'm not gonna pull up the whole bill and read the whole fucking bill. If people want to do that, they can do that on their own time. But I'll have Grok here pull out the main points of the SAVE Act there. I'm just, because all it is a voter ID law, but the people are acting like it's the end of the world there. And I'm just have it, and all I'm doing is the AI do my dirty work for me. So it requires documented proof of U.S. citizenship for voter registration in federal elections. States are prohibited from accepting processing voter registration unless the applicant provides such proof in the time application, which I don't see. So a U.S. passport, I have one. A lot of Americans have one. A birth certificate, everyone gets one. And if you can't get one, you can have one mailed to you, a genuine certified. In Minnesota, it's $26, but the Democrats have people there. They can probably offer free replacements for birth certificates for voting purposes. They can do your ID with your birthplace records, tribal IDs, or the real ID, which a lot of people already have that. I think, like they said, like 136 million Americans have the real ID. I never bothered to do that, but let's see. Prohibits registration without in-person proof. In most cases, this will effectively eliminate common methods like online registration, mail-in registration without in-person follow-up, and many voter registration drives with proof. So therefore, you just when you show up, you just gotta show me your stuff. Mandates alternative process. States must establish a way for applicants who cannot provide the listed documents to submit other evidence of citizenship, and elected officials would determine eligibility. potentially including attestations plus. So therefore, that they require states to be able to present you with the. So here's the easy thing. What the states can do there is for your mail registration for your voter registration there, offer free birth certificates to anybody who applies. Ask for a new birth certificate so that they can vote. Offer free birth certificates. I think that'd be the easiest way to do that. That there applies to federal elections only, but would preempt conflicting state processes for federal voter registration. I mean, so basically, you can go anywhere to do that. That's at the DMV's, welfare offices, and whatever. And NVR includes provisions for voter roll maintenance. Requires states to take steps to identify and remove non-citizens from voter rolls. They not already do so. So basically, they got to clean up voter rolls, which they should be doing it already. And penalties enforcement. Election officials can face criminal penalties for registering someone without proper proof. Some versions allow private lawsuits against not. Okay, that's support. No, there have been reintroduction variations. Same act on add-ons, photo ID, blah blah blah. So yeah. This is complicated here.
I think the idea to have.
I don't see what the problem is.
I think if you put a birth certificate with photo ID on it, that would be really good because you'd be killing two birds with one stone, right? You'd have the birth certificate information and you'd have the photo ID. Of course, you'd have a baby on the photo ID, so maybe that's not such a good idea. But you could, you could renew it every so many years.
But the states could off.
Go ahead.
No. This is just for the vote, though. But an easy solution to this. Okay, so you're saying people don't know where their birth certificates are at, the marriage certificates or whatever, or they can't afford a passport. Okay, easy fix. Offer free birth certificates to anybody who requests one for voting purposes. Easy fix. I thought about that. I've thought of that in 5 fucking seconds. Because right now, really a new birth certificate's like $26.
But Gorilla, you think with common sense. You don't think like a politician. There's a difference. Because how many politicians are making sense anymore?
If I thought a politician.
No, you sound like
if I thought like a politician, I'd have more.
Because I'd say at least half the politicians on the planet are loonies.
Yeah. Well, if I thought like a politician, I'd have more than $42 in my bank account. So.
Well, yeah.
Let's see. Plenty of cuties in our community. Yeah. Let's see. OMB. I managed to tick off one of the ladies, though, that I had been getting along with. Yeah, that happens.
Yep, that happened to me too. Don't feel bad, Lemon.
He'll be back.
She was friendly, then she was like not as friendly, and then one day she just like a light bulb. She flipped the light switch and went to the dark side, and I have no idea why, because I can't fathom anything I did or said. But she suddenly went off the went off the deep end of the pier. Let's put it that way. I still don't know why.
Now OMB, LOL. And Sayback 100%. Yeah, exactly. So basically, I don't see the problem there.
Well, I'll tell you now if I can interrupt for a minute here.
Go for it.
Voting here in BC is quite simple. If you're on the voters list, and most people are registered on the voters list, that's just the way it goes. You just sign up and you're on there. You probably sign on when you pay your income tax every year. There's a little check box. Do you want to be on the voters list? And you just check that box, and they automatically add your name and your address and all your relevant information, that you paid when you pay your taxes. It all goes onto the voters registration list, and it's all easy peasy. You just check a little box with your pen, like nothing complicated.
Yeah.
So
But
so
how
so
often how often do they clean a voter roll though? How often do they clean those voter rolls?
well, I'm pretty sure when people are deceased, they probably get a notification. Um, the doctor and the mortuary would probably send notifications into the government, I would think.
Well, we've had people on the voter rolls. I cannot remember what state it was in. It might have been Illinois. That they had someone who was born in, this was 2020. Like they had someone who was born in like 1896 or 1876 or something like that. That voted there. They've had people who's they had a couple that there are a bunch of votes there that the same social security number was used multiple times and stuff. The one thing I'm surprised the Democrats really haven't the one thing that I'm surprised the Democrats really haven't tried to rally up their base on. So when we start putting fences around the cemeteries, they call that voter suppression.
Yeah, well, the thing is here,
you totally missed that one. You missed that one.
Well, no, I kind of get it, but it's just like when my mom died. You have to send the death certificate. You email it into the government website so they can put them as deceased in all the all the relevant paperwork, including, I would think, the voters list, that they would go as deceased. And because the reason you're motivated to do that is you get $1,000 death benefit from the feds to help pay for the funeral costs, which is what most sane people are going to. If you can get $1,000 free money to help bury a family member, you're going to take it, right? So I imagine most people would fill in the online form and send in a to the email the death certificate photo, right?
I guarantee you that they'd be scrubbed from I guarantee you they'd be scrubbed from the pension funds and all that other stuff that requires the government to pay, but doesn't necessarily. But the voter roll might conveniently get overlooked on that one.
Well, since my mother died, I've never got a voter's registration card in the mail during an election, since only in my name. Her name's never shown up once, so I think they crossed her off pretty effectively.
Yeah.
Because when we have an election here, what they do, they call the election date, and then maybe a month, 6 weeks before the election, they would send you a voter's registration card in an envelope, and it's a little piece of cardboard with your name, address, etc. On the card, and it tells you where the polling stations are. There's usually 2 or 3 that you can drive to reasonably close by, and it also tells you the what you need to take with you when you want to go vote. And picture ID is right on there. You either have to have a driver's license with your ID picture, or there's also, if you have a medical card, my medical card also has my photo on it. And if you don't drive and if you don't have a medical card, you can still get a ID card separately. That's the third option, from the government, and that will have your photograph on it as well. So, you have to give them the voter card with your name and address. You give them your piece of ID with your name on it, your driver's license number, which they'll make a note of, just, so they know exactly who you are, because you're in the motor vehicle, and registered with the motor vehicles and the insurance company. So they can do all kinds of checks on that. It's a pretty smooth system. Of course, it doesn't always mean your candidate's going to be victorious, but at least it's pretty trouble-free. And usually I vote on the advance polls. I'll usually go there in the evening when it's not too busy. I'm usually in and out of there in like 15 minutes. It's pretty painless, really. And usually the volunteers that are working at the tables are very, very nice people, seem very proficient in what they're doing. and you go through all the steps, and it's pretty straightforward here. So I don't know why other jurisdictions can't copy a similar system, but that's up to them. Wherever they are.
Yeah. All right, so let's see, and we'll get to this later, man. Bird, there. I just wanted to cover these other two first. We heard about the BC school incident. PvP swept under the covers. We're here because of the perp's identity. Yeah, exactly, the tragedy. Well, we'll get to that after this. And, welcome, Sit-Dan.
You got it exactly right, Bird, and Lemon's got it right too.
Yeah. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit to go.
Sure.
Police cars that arrived with the transplant on them, ironically, I heard. Yeah. No, it's not what do you expect? And hey, Nemesis Reed, how's it going? Hey, you beautiful beings. I hope you are doing well tonight at work, so I'm lurking.
Don't work too hard there,
Nemesis. Problem there. All right.
Hey, can you slack off there, Nemesis, on your job?
All right, now I got a question for you, PB. Did you see fucking Pam Bondi PMSing on the House floor at all?
I haven't got around to watching any videos of any of that yet.
All right, well, you're in for
I heard that Trump got it passed, but I haven't heard anything other than that basic detail.
No, that's the same act. Pam Bondi's our DOJ secretary of the DOJ or whatever it is.
Is she Democrat or
her title? Head DOJ, the FBI. No, she's a fucking rhino. Trump got elected on Law and Order and immigration. There, we were expecting a lot of these people to get fucking perp walked to that. Now, I wasn't expecting no Bill Clinton or Bill Gates or Chuck Schumer and all that to be arrested. But I was expecting at least to get some fucking arrest here, especially on the Epstein thing here. You couldn't have asked for a more defungled or bungled fucking rollout of the Epstein files here. It took fucking Congress to get off their ass and actually fucking doing something here. But they said they're gonna really set. Okay, here's phase one. They made all these fucking high and respected YouTubers look like complete fucking idiots with the fucking empty binder full of shit we already fucking knew that was already released and all that. And I just make them look like fools. Then they got this high horse of they're on my desk. Well, where are they? Are you redacted? And you can easily scan the fucking copies there and have anything redacted, the names of the victims redacted there. Now, then as she goes, the FBI office in New York has all the files. Well, why didn't you go up and get them? Well, they're hiding them from us. Well, why didn't you send another FBI team in there, arrest the fucking people hiding them, and get us the fucking files? No, can't fucking do that. Then we get more. Okay, we're releasing some files which were so fucking heavily redacted. But the only words that they didn't redact on it was "duh," but otherwise the entire sheet was there's a couple of sheets that only one word was fucking unredacted in the entire fucking thing there. Okay, so Congress acts.
I've seen some of those pages too, and it's pretty sad, isn't it?
Yeah. Then Rokana and Thomas Passy went there to have the files released, and then Trump jumped on and was like, "I just shut the fuck up, here." We all know that Trump was in it, but I didn't think he was still guilty of anything. Just for the plain and simple fact is that if he was in there, if he was guilty of anything, the Democrats would have found it and released it there, and they would have had more than just same fucking photo of 80s. And second of all, from what I've heard, we were hearing before this was that Epstein was trying to poach some of the girls that Trump had some of the girls go over there. They're supposed to be massage, they're supposed to be like massage therapists. Then but then they came back there, creeped out about him. He kept pressuring for sex, so the security told Trump about it, and he banned him. He kicked him out and banned him from Mar-a-Lago. There, then when the story started creeping forward, he's the only one of these people that would cooperate with police to give them any evidence they wanted. I think he even helped pay for lawyers for some of the girls and shit. No, he's the only one cooperating with them, and the Dems didn't want to use that. But now, okay, we released it. We only read some of the names and all that stuff they released. Okay, but they fucked up the redaction there, where people learned that they just copy and paste it. They turned out unredacted, and there's a bunch of horseshit. Some of the stuff that they fucking redacted that should not have been redacted. Now we finally get some actual fucking files here. So,
well, that's politics, and I'm sure that I'm not surprised when politics grinds away very slowly and not particularly effectively, because I've seen this.
Yeah.
I've seen this prayed too many times in my life, Gorilla. I'm old
Yeah.
enough to know
And
that I see this over and over again.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of emails that were sent to Jeffrey Epstein there. Why the fuck the victim's name did it? Why the fuck would you redact the name of the sender? Sender there. The only reason I could think of is we're trying to get shit on these fucking people from overseas and all that, and it would not look good for foreign relations if we release their name. You know what? I don't give a shit.
I'm more concerned with what's going on here. And by the way, I got a little bit of tidbit of information for you, Gorilla. Mark Carney, our prime minister in Canada, apparently appeared in the Epstein files 69 times. I love that number, 69 times.
But that doesn't mean he's guilt.
No, but if we had an honest media, they would mention it at least once. This has been going on for months now, that on the independent media on YouTube, they've all been reporting he's in the Epstein files 69 times in the files. No Canadian mainstream media outlet has said one single word about that in months. Do you smell a cover-up of some sort here? Just mention that just say he's in the files. That's all they have to say. Yeah. They don't have to say he's guilty of anything. They just have to say he's in the files. And just then they could shut up. But they don't even have the guts to do that. And you know why? Because the Liberal government's paying them billions of dollars a year to be mouthpieces, and to basically all the channels here, our news channels, are nothing but propaganda networks. That's why they covered up the trans thing so badly. It's ridiculous.
Let's see. Well, let's see what he's in there for.
You're probably not going to find any details.
Oh, yeah.
I've just heard the number. He's in there 69 times, apparently. I've seen various people posting that. I have no idea what it is, though, because I don't think there's any access to any of the real details. So without the details, it's just the rumor's going to get even bigger.
This here subject, Mark Carney, Governor of Bank of England. Well, let's see what this one is.
He was Bank of England for 10 years, way back in the day.
Let's see, Mark Carney. We'll review the reforms implemented. Okay, so he's mentioned in years that what he was, and it's a lunch. It's a lunch thing with some guy from Mark Zeman. They set a lunch date. So he's in the Epstein files for a lunch date. This communication may contain confidential and privileged information. If you're not intended recipients, blah blah blah. So no, that's just a set lunch date for 1 o'clock on a date.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to get any. I don't think we'll get any juicy details off of here.
No. Oh, it was just an email here. Let's see. Oh, this looks like some boring shit. No, but they've been getting juicy details. But this here is the all the pages that Mark mentioned.
Hello.
This is talking about markets. Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Yeah. So, yeah, he was talking finance. It looks like they're talking financial stuff with people. So they're. Oh, here's a thing where Mark Carney's being investigated in the LCF scandal. There, blah blah. So, but no, you can search anybody's name on the Epstein files there, and figure it out there.
Can you send me a link in Facebook later?
Let's see,
That would be
Nemesis
great.
say, hey. Oh, here, how about I just do that now? Yeah, you can. Yeah, because even Tony Hawk's in there, but that's been an allegation. That's just from an allegation there that he got married. When he got married in Fiji there, and his photographer was Mark Epstein. So some case called into the tip hotline there, saying that Tony Hawk got married on Epstein Island. His brother is the one that did the photographs, blah blah. Then they did the whole rape accusations thing. But the thing is, the whole story was bullshit because Tony Hawk had his wedding filmed in Fiji.
Yeah, well, that's why I don't believe much of anything anymore until I check out multiple sources.
Yeah.
Because there's too much BS floating around the internet. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of the Mark Carney emails are about finance, because he was 10 years running the Bank of England, which, by the way, he drove the English economy into the ground. The prime minister at the time, there's some videos. There's videos of the then prime minister talking about how he totally fucked their economy. He printed way too much money. He caused massive inflation. Sounds familiar because he's doing the same damn stupid mistakes in Canada now. He doesn't learn because he's such an egotist. He is one of the most arrogant politicians I've ever listened to.
But but I guarantee you, about 99% of those were all financial stuff because Epstein had bank accounts all over the world. So it wouldn't surprise me if he had associations with Mark Carney for his financials there.
Yeah, but you know the thing.
Let's catch up on chat. What's that?
I was just going to say the one thing about Mark Carney is I don't expect he's going to be, caught with a bunch of perverted stuff. I'm not expecting that. What I am expecting is he might get caught up in doing a lot of shady financial deals, because it's starting to become, known that he is not very honest in his finances. Let's put it this way. He says it's all about Canada, and yet his family lives in the United States. His Brookfield Management Company did like a $90 billion deal with Trump. I watched the video with Trump in the room shaking hands with his right-hand man that now manages the company, because Carney has to, keep an arm's length from it since he's the PM. But Trump and his, Carney's cohort, they were laughing and having a great time, signing a $93 billion deal or whatever the fuck it was about 6 months ago. And the latest number I read, I'm not verifying it, but, it fluctuates. He's got 93% of his business assets in the United States, 93% in the U.S. So what does that tell you about how much he loves Canada, eh?
Yeah, but let's catch up on chats here. It's a pot shop. If you ever do hard work in here, I'll try to work smart, PvP. There you go. He is Lurk King. No, see the Joyce 6. He thinks I would be your rock star. I have no love for Dem Congressman, but Massey had legit questions and she dodged. Oh yeah, we'll show a few of those there. He's clapping. I guess because of my rant there. 69 dudes. It's there's still 3 million more docs to release. They say that's too many to do a good job in 1 month. But they still made bad screw ups with the redacting lack there. Or the one file that they got asked to redact all the names because these victims didn't want their names out there. There's the one fucking document they did not redact. We know they saw it because they redacted the name of the fucking sender. So we know they saw it. There's the one email, the one there. They asked them for all these victims not to have their information out there. It's the one document they didn't fucking redact. It's almost like a threat.
Well, you know, as Bird's saying here,
But
it sounds like a colossal mess. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes another year or 2 years for them to sort all of this crap out and even start to get a handle and control over what the hell they're releasing, because it sounds like an absolute disaster, Gorilla, like a total mess of paperwork. And don't forget, we were supposed to have the answer about the Kennedy assassination years ago, were we not? And I never heard anything about that. What was that?
What was that? You cut out on me for a second. What was that?
No, I was just going to say we still haven't heard all the details about who killed Kennedy.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing that they asked her. Well, let's see. The question was, and I'll let her here goes. Pam Bobby starts talking about the stock market against her to the test.
The Dow right now is over. The Dow is over $50,000. I don't know why you're laughing. You're a great stock trader here, Raskin. The Dow is over 50,000 right now. The S&P at almost 7,000. And the NASDAQ smashing records. Americans' 401ks and retirement schemes are booming. That's what we should be talking about. We should be talking about making Americans safe. We should be talking, what does the Dow have to do with anything? That's what they just asked. Are you kidding?
Mr. Jordan, Mr. Jordan, committee?
Okay, here's my problem. She's not the fucking financial secretary. She's the DOJ. No, here's the thing. Well, talk about keeping Americans safe. Well, what about all these fucking women that are fucking trafficked? That's their fucking question. I mean, I hate Jamie Raskin. I'm glad to see him fucking perp talk, but he's asking about the girls being Epstein files here, and she goes off about the fucking Dow Jones. She's not the financial thing. That's for a whole another fucking committee there. She's acting like we could talk about the good things here. No, it's complete horse shit.
It's the oldest play in the political playbook, Gorilla. Deflect away from the main story by talking bullshit. They do that all the time, man. You know that. Come on, you know that, Gorilla.
Yeah, and you can tell that shit. And they set her up in mind that were trafficked there, which what's this guy have to do? It was all women, but let's say this might have an issue with this, unless a guy did get trafficked there. But the answer is ignored by the DOJ. They set her up on that one. She should have seen that one coming from a fucking mile away. She gave them exactly what they wanted here. Here's another one where she fucking goes off.
Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein.
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files.
I'm reclaiming my time. I got your answer. You said
President Trump asked
Chairman, please stop the clock.
sign the legislation This is
Time,
like to
time,
take my
belongs,
time.
time belongs to the gentleman from
Time.
California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center because I believe you just lied under oath. There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a crime.
I believe you just lied under oath, and this is all on videotape. You said there's no evidence of crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was going to stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You interviewed this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell. So should men who patronize his operation. And as we say here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing concludes.
The gentleman has expired.
Okay, so she's actually real fucking smug in that. And don't tell me, don't accuse me of a fucking crime. Okay, I don't know how true this fucking statement is, because this guy could be lying off his fucking ass for all we know, and there's absolutely no proof of this. But then you're going, oh, don't accuse me of a crime. Fuck off there. Hey, PvP, do you want to read this one?
Sure, just give me a second here. I'm just gonna have to move a tab over. Oh fuck. Jesus, where the hell am I? Oh man, here we are. I can't decide if Pam Bondi is hot or if she frightens me. I guess you could say I am scared stiff. Yeah, well, it's like Gorilla says, don't fuck crazy, eh?
I have a 4-minute video here.
Hey, by the way, I just sent you on Facebook a picture of
I thought it was don't stick your dick.
I just sent you a picture on Facebook of the female mass murderer Gorilla. If you want to post a photo of him, you might be okay with that. I'm not saying you should post it, but send it to you anyway.
That. Let's catch up on chats here real quick. Nothing like a strict hot lady sometimes, though, would be. Great say she knows they won't appoint a special. But no, let's do that.
President of the United States stated that this administration took the freedom of speech away. And at your direction, DOJ has arrested Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. And I might add that y'all actually had a judge that rejected y'all for trying to arrest Don Lemon.
Y'all.
Just like the grand jury rejected y'all as it relates to Senator
Y'all.
Kelly.
I love
like
it when a politician.
I can't.
As it relates to Senator Slotkin, just like.
I can't take her seriously when she talks to ghetto trash.
Mr. Comey was dismissed. I completely don't get how it is that you're sitting at the top of DOJ because you don't think to be good at your job. You're spending more taxpayer resources arresting these journalists. In fact, we know after Georgia Fort and Don Lemon were arrested, we know that there were homes of journalists that were raided. We know that threatened prosecution against students.
Off, lady.
Your actions.
Because she didn't say a damn thing when like James O'Keefe and that were arrested and shit like that, or that one guy from the Blaze was shackled. But
hey, what? Tell me about all the people's civil rights in that church just wanting to worship quietly when Don Lemon and his terror brigade stormed the fucking church and terrorized not only men and women, but little children. I think in Sunday school, they wouldn't even let the children out of Sunday school to go and be picked up by their parents because Don's such a prince among men. Oh my, Don, you're such a hero. You know, it's like, come on, Don Lemon's getting everything he fucking deserves. I think he does deserve some good jail time because I think he's not a good man. He's not a nice man. He promotes bad things. He promotes hate. Sorry, Don. I'm not giving you a pass, buddy. I hope they lock him up for a while. I mean, maybe not a long time, but hey, maybe for a good time because we all saw that video of him with the soap. So I'm sure Don will have a great time in prison. I don't like Don Lemon. You know what bugs me about these committee meetings, though, is when they just use up public airtime, because they're all getting paid, of course, to be there. And they just waste taxpayers' money just arguing, bitching at each other. It's like, hey, how about both of you try and, talk about something constructive, come to a happy medium to actually maybe get something done? I don't know. Guess I'm old-fashioned that way.
There's one clip I wanted to show, but I gotta find it. Might be a little bit difficult because I can't remember who it was that threatened Pam. Where is that? I maybe I can't find it. I don't know what one of the congressmen he leaned for I can't remember who it was that when he leaned forward there and he told her, you better hope that Trump pardons you because if he doesn't, they're gonna arrest her as soon as they're back in power.
Yeah, it makes you wonder, eh?
This one?
What's that?
I've seen this. Nope, that's not though. That was some guy saying that we're a bunch of white nationalists.
Somebody said we're white nationalists?
Yeah, it's on Memology 101, but it's not the clip I was looking for.
Fascinating. Well, I guess I'm white, so I must be guilty of all the evils of planet Earth for the last 10,000 years, right?
Well, they're talking about Sharia law.
Oh God, don't get me started on Sharia law. Well, first thing, they should call it Sharia lawlessness because it's lawless and it's evil and it's ugly. And if people don't like me saying that, they can go soak their head in a bucket. Might wash some of their brain cells out and they might have a clear thought finally in their life. If you look at what's happening to the women in the UK with these animals attacking them, then anybody with half a brain should wake the hell up. And they're trying to put it here in North America too. They're working overtime in Canada. We got such a fucked up political system here.
See, Pat Bondi threatened to start prosecuting the congressman there, though. But I can't play that one because of the source.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm not finding it, but one was threatened to fucking throw her in jail if Trump doesn't pardon her. And shit.
No, there's a lot of bullshit out there.
Oh, we got Chris here. Hey, Curtis, come up here. This is right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, come on,
Looks
Curtis.
like it in that photo. LOL. Oh, retro nerd girl questioned body. Let's see. Crockett is running for Senate in Texas. People are thrilled because she's not even considered a serious candidate. Yeah, well, they did kind of they did kind of uh 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 redistricted her out of her seat there. I'm doing good, Curtis. You should come on up though. This is right in your wheel here. And I hope Trump pardons that ex-CIA agent who got prosecuted by Obama for revealing. Oh, that would have been would that have been Snowden, or would that be who is that other one arrested? Are you talking about Edward Snowden? I can't think of the other guy's name though. There's another one with the WikiLeaks, but I can't think of his name. John Kuroku, the guy has some great podcasts. Cool. I'm not reading that online. I'm not reading that.
No.
Sorry, Curtis. I'm not going to read that online because the AI doesn't understand a joke.
Curtis, you're working too hard. You're working too hard, Curtis.
Yeah, can't spell his last name. Sorry. No, that's fine. Oh, but yeah, interesting stuff, though. I don't agree with his views on everything. He's got some interesting stories. He deserves a pardon. I've only heard his side of the story. It sounds like some brothers need to go to jail. Yeah, exactly. I would love to, but I'm freaking exhausted. All right. Alrighty. PvP, I'll at least your ratings. You can go off. Just hold back the words that'll get me kicked off of you. Say whatever you want. Just don't get me banned. I'll let your ratings free.
I shouldn't say George Carlin's 7 words you can't say on TV.
Oh, fuck. We've already said all those. Let's talk more like the N word.
I don't think he included that one. I don't think he was that brave even in the 70s. But anyway.
Yeah.
The whole Cumberland Ridge situation is absolutely ridiculous. I haven't had a great. It only happened like Tuesday, I believe. So it's only been a couple of days to process. But I've been watching quite a bit of online information videos, and it's ridiculous because I still haven't completed my looking into all the details. But basically, what I've been able to gather is this Jesse, a dude, started his trans when he was 12. Why any responsible parent would allow their kid to go through sexual transition. I think the whole trans thing is a farce. I mean, I've got a lot of background on it, and it all started. I watched a video. It all started with a doctor. There were two boys, and he was supposed to do a circumcision. Well, he was an inept fool because he actually zapped one of the boys and burned their penis off. So instead of admitting he fucked up, he decided to raise that kid as a girl, put him in dresses. And you know what? By the time the kid hit like 12, he was really pissed off because he tore his dresses off. He didn't want to wear a fucking dress. He wanted to play with like G.I. Joe and guy toys. He totally rejected this doctor's agenda. And basically, the bottom line, I'll have to rewatch the video because it's really good. Anyway, basically, this doctor fucked these kids up so bad, both of them committed suicide when they were 14 years old. Hey, doc, way to go. You're such a hero. And the thing is, he never admitted he made a mistake. He told everybody that what he did was a success. And people, of course, back then, probably before the internet, everybody bought it, of course. So that's the legacy. That's maybe one of the starting points of all this insanity. And I think this is sick. I think this whole agenda is evil. I think it's politically based. A lot of it's from the left, from what I've noticed. I'm sure. I know Trump is basically against it. I think he's even maybe outlawed it down there in the States. Of course, Canada being
Well, a lot
being
of states have
screwed up
outlawed
country
it.
hasn't. I think
No, a
Trump
lot.
is. Well, you shouldn't, because it's bad. It's destroying
Yeah,
kids,
yeah, a lot of
destroying
states
kids' lives.
have banned it.
Yeah, well, good. It should be
Yeah, but
banned because, but the
Bucky.
thing is, what happened in Tumbler Ridge the other day? I think the latest update: 9 dead, 25 injured. There's at least one or two in Vancouver General fighting for their lives. They're like 12 years old and they got shot in the head. They may never recover. They might even not survive. It's absolutely disgusting. And I sent you a video that I got off of YouTube of this guy. Talk about
Okay, but the
deranged behavior.
last I heard, it was up to 10 dead, including the parents and the gunmen there. But the thing with it, from what I've heard on this guy, I've only had one source say something on this here. Here is that the person about 12 years old started watching anime and that, and they weren't they were in a depression state, and they got into this where they slowly started becoming trans there, and they still weren't happy. And this is a lash out, a violent lash out there. And the thing with you said, the parents, why they let the parents go, or why parents go through this for years and years, for as long as I remember, we always get told, trust the experts, trust the experts. Well, who's an expert? The doctors, and these doctors have been pushing these trans kids, because then they got permanent customers for life there with all the medications and stuff there.
Yeah, that's well, okay, there's several motivations. One, there's the political motivation. I think this is, well, once again, we know the left wants to destroy the family unit. And how can you destroy the family unit? Well, one thing is you can promote pride. And Carney's, remember that, did you ever see that photo of Pride basically hugging an almost naked man during a Pride event with a big smile on his face? It was I got it.
To that.
Disgusting.
But
It's disgusting. And I don't
no, but
think,
when we say yeah, you gotta give me
but
more than a Pride event with the naked man there, because that could be any of them.
no. But the thing is, I don't care what homosexuals do. So Trudeau, as Justin's father said, the state has no place in the bedrooms of the nation, and at least he was smart enough to say that out loud to the media. And I still believe that's the way it should be. If you want to do whatever you want, if you want to swing from chandeliers and you think you're a duck, I don't give a damn what you do. If you're having sex in private, I don't care. I'm not interested. I don't want to know. But when they prayed around, and the thing is, this was, I believe, the Toronto Pride, where Carney was hugging naked people, basically naked. These were men and women. There were kids. I don't know why parents would take their 6-year-olds when there's guys and women with their their genitals hanging out naked in the air, walking up to their kids. It's like, you really want to indoctrinate your kids? Make this is socially acceptable now. Public degeneracy and perversion is a nice thing for the kids to watch. Sorry, I cannot agree with that. I think it's wrong. I think kids should be not exposed to this when they're little kids. If they want to go, if they get to 15, 16, 17 and they want to be perverts, that's their business at that point. Power to them. Once they get old enough to make a rational decision, I'd say 18, age of consent, they can do whatever the hell they want. But don't take your 6 or 8-year-old to this kind of events. It's wrong. You're a bad parent. You're a bad parent in my book. I don't care what anybody thinks. On the left, you're a bad parent. But that's just the tip of the iceberg, right? Because then we get into the Jesse mass murder spree the other day. He identified as trans. He started when he was 12. I heard about the anime shit girl. I have researched that. Yes, that is accurate. But the thing was his parents owned guns and they were responsible gun owners from what I've heard. The trouble is I don't think they were responsible enough to lock them up because you're supposed to lock your guns in a cabinet under lock and key so nobody can access them. So why this kid was allowed to have, I believe it was a long rifle and a revolver that he went to the school with, from what I've read. He had 2 firearms. And then, of course, the police, while this is happening, while the shooting is actually happening, the cops go on and they say it's a female in a dress. Well, I don't think I don't think many females are walking around in dresses in northern BC at this time of year with the weather conditions and the temperatures. I very much doubt any normal woman walks around in a dress up there at this time of year. One thing. So I think the cops got that wrong. 2, the mainstream media jumped all over it right away, saying it was a woman. The Canadian media, blanket statements all across the country. But then you got the mainstream in the world. Like I saw one video where there was like half a dozen different mainstream outlets in the UK, Australia, etc., all saying it was a female shooter. And they didn't call, and this is interesting, none of them called it a gunman. Generally, when there's a mass shooting, do they not say it's a gunman doing the atrocities? Guess what? They invented a new euphemism the other day for this when it was happening. They called it a gun person. And I've got this from various sources. They called it a gun person. What the hell kind of euphemistic BS is that? It was always a gunman, whether it was male or female, and 95% of the time it was probably a male anyway. Calling it a gun person is just one more step to remove it from a guy being a very mentally disturbed trans person. So don't call it a gun man because you might give away that he's a man. Call it a gun person. So once again, the media is guilty of trying to hide the reality, the fact. They don't want to tell the real story. And I'll tell you one thing, Gorilla. They're doing a public ceremony. I don't know what day, but Carney, the Prime Minister, Eby, the Premier of BC, obviously the Mayor of Tumbler Ridge. All the various political entities are going to be there. And I look at my crystal ball, which I rarely do. I'm predicting right now that not one single one of them mentions anything about the killer, and none of them will mention anything about the killer being a mentally disturbed trans a youth. They will not touch that with a 10-foot pole. Mark my words, it'll all be about, oh, we're so sorry about the families, the poor kids and the poor families, losing blah, blah, crocodile tears. You bet that's exactly going to be the scenario, and I'm sure it will be well covered by the independent media in a day or two whenever it happens. And mark my words, it is going to be nothing but a shit show, a fake news put on for the politicians of Canada, and they're only there to make themselves look good and pretend that they actually care about people in Canada that are suffering. Because I know damn well when I watch all the other political decisions they've made for years now in Ontario, in the feds and the provincial government, they have made so many bad decisions that have actually hurt thousands of Canadians, and they continue to. And I know they don't give an honest damn about us. It's just going to be a big fraud once again. And of course, the mainstream media is going to be there to cover it. They're going to lap it up like lapdogs that they are. It's going to be a shit show. Mark my words.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward
Hey.
to it. So anyway, I'm done. I've
Yeah.
said my piece.
Hey, welcome C4. Welcome. And let's see. Says keep the government out unless it's a hot chick. Well, I'm not going to send you a hot chick screaming, but we can send you Masi Hiroto there based on the questions that she always asks. She must be a horny bitch there. Either that, we can send you Nancy Pelosi or fucking Elizabeth Warren. And Pam knocks on the Scurvy's door. Hi, everyone. And dropped a like for I got thoughts. So thank you for that. And Cam, if you want to come up and you got thoughts, come on up. C4, how we do it? That's how you do it. I'm a prince. And welcome, Cam's Cam Crash Courses. Well, the chat's been kind of up quiet on that there, but it's kind of funny. I haven't heard much about the Canadian shooting except for everybody's been pointing out that they said it was a woman in a dress, or they said that it's they call them a gun person. Other people said or people going like, "Hey Canada, how's that gun control working for you?" That's all I've heard on it.
That's the thing that I know they're going to do. The feds are going to. They haven't done it yet. Give them a couple days. They're going to have that fake ceremony of mourning in Tumbler Ridge first, where all the politicians go there and make them puff themselves up like big heroes, even though they did fuck all about any of this. They could have prevented this if they would have got rid of this damned ideology years ago, but no, they promote it. So screw them. They're hypocrites, and they're going to just be there to puff themselves up politically and look like big shots. The thing is, though, it's just give it a couple days, 2 or 3 days after that. I guarantee the feds are once again going to start promoting the gun buyback bullshit, where they're trying to take away all guns from licensed, legal, responsible gun owners that have never done a damn bit of harm in their entire lives. They're going to use that as a fucking excuse. They're going to say, "Oh, we had a crazy person. So since one person was crazy, all these gun owners must be jackasses. So we better take all the guns away."
Yeah. And hey, Cam,
how's it going?
going?
They're going to do that. You watch. The feds are going to do that in a week.
Yeah. Hey, Cam. Oh, we can't hear you.
You must be muted, or something's wrong with your audio, man.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
I don't think you can hear us.
Maybe you should do some Marceau hand gestures.
I don't know. There.
I don't know, dude. I mean, I can't help. There's nothing I can do. Now he's frozen.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, is he on a cell? He looks like he's on a cell phone too.
Yeah, he is.
That can create a problem in itself when people are on cell phones.
All right. Can you hear us?
I can barely hear you guys. Can you hear me at all?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah,
how's
sorry.
it going,
You
Cam?
guys are really faint. I'm gonna try to maybe take off my headphones.
Sometimes that helps. Can you hear us better now?
Yeah, the headphones. I can hear you guys better. Can you hear me? All right.
You sound okay.
The headphones really work for me.
Yep. Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm kind of in a public space. I'm in a hotel. I'm traveling. But I wanted to come on because I haven't been on in a long while, and I saw you guys were up, and PvP was talking about a subject that, you know, is near and dear to my heart, which is why innocent people shouldn't die because people are stupid and have firearms.
Yeah.
And also, I've always said Pam Bondi, and I think that cunt should resign.
Oh yeah,
And I don't believe in pedophiles running government.
Well, she's been
I
just a
don't.
disaster
I mean,
for.
maybe that's a bold statement. Is that a bold statement on here? I don't think that should be a bold statement for anyone. I don't think. I don't like even in prison. Even in prison,
No, I'm
criminals
catching
kill
her.
pedophiles. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I've been calling for her to resign.
Yeah,
I gave her a year. I'm starting to call for her resignation because she's been a disappointment and liabilities. All she's been there. We would have been better off with Matt Gates.
Another piece of garbage who raped underage women. Really? I mean, you guys down with that shit? I mean, I'm not like I'm saying this shit is wrong, dude. I don't know. Like, I'm against it. I'm against pedophiles running this country. I'm against Pam Bondi standing in Congress and lying to people. And I'm against people being able to have guns and go and shoot other innocent kids. I'm against all that shit. And I don't think that should be radical.
Well, the thing is, I differentiate it. I was just going to say, I differentiate crazy people having guns. Like this guy, I've watched videos of this boy in the last day.
Shoots a school up is by definition a crazy person.
No, but he started the trans crap when he was 12.
Look, stop.
He got crazier and crazier and crazier.
Look, people have mental illnesses, whether it's identity problems or any other problems. It doesn't matter. There should be gun control to keep people with mental problems away from weapons. It does.
Yes.
I'm not trying to make it about sexual identity. There are other people who beat their wives who shouldn't have guns. It's not. It's not that issue. It's crazy people shouldn't have weapons. Not he was trans or he's a wife beater, right? It's they are both equally bad people and they shouldn't have weapons.
Yeah,
Right?
but if you look at the history, the police were called multiple times to the home because of his antics. I've seen videos. There's let me speak. Let me finish my statement, please.
Sure.
I've seen a video posted of him, and he was clearly extremely disturbed. And he posted that video himself. So that also doesn't speak well of his mental health issues. I'm just saying they will try and paint 95% of this responsible, legally licensed, responsible gun owners that have never hurt anybody. They've had their guns for 20, 30 years, and they never hurt anybody. And the feds are going to use this as an excuse to confiscate all the guns. And I disagree with that.
I don't agree with that either. I don't.
I'm just saying that's the tipping point. I'm afraid of what could follow, right?
But you can't. Look, on the one hand, you want to defend our right to own firearms. I get that. But you can't, on the other hand, then excuse extreme behavior on the other.
I never did.
You have to punish extreme behavior and you have to protect our rights at the same time. It's not an either or, it's a together thing. Do you understand what I'm saying?
That's exactly what my point
We're on the
was
same page.
this poor guy should have got help.
No, yeah.
He should have got help. He obviously needed very much he needed help, but nobody gave a damn. No adult, nobody in the community.
And there were tons of cries for help.
They didn't. Well, that's the thing. I mean, he was apparently doing stuff many times. I mean, the police don't go to a home multiple times when it's a happy home, right? There was obviously an issue there. It's just like I don't think our political system cares enough to help Well, I think our healthcare system is really fucked up right now here.
Look, and that's part of what I'm getting back to is that when you cut every subsidy for healthcare, which also includes mental health care in the United States, you are not for the people.
I'm in Canada, though. I'm in
I know,
Canada.
but it's the same problem in your country. I'm not. I'm commenting from my perspective here in the States, and you have the same kind of social problems that we do, but on a lesser scale, and a lesser scale with, you've had 10 mass shootings before this one, right?
I'm not aware of how many.
We had 10 mass shootings just in the first month of 2026 in schools. Think about that. All the mass shootings that you've had in all of your history, we had that in the first month of ours this year.
Well,
and we'll have fucking plenty more.
Mass shootings are rare up here, thankfully.
Right.
But they still happen, which means there's still a problem.
You've had 10 in the entire existence. We had 10 in January.
I'd have to look up the numbers. I know
Yeah,
there was the
I
remember the Polytechnic in Quebec. I remember that one.
You should look up the number because I looked it up. You had 10. We had 10 in 1 month of this year. And I feel for you guys, man. I feel for you guys. But what I'm saying is this is a rampant epidemic, which no one is even addressing in any small part. You guys get worked up. Why does no one here get worked up about it? I mean, I'm not trying to diminish the cultural impact that it has on you guys, but they've normalized it here. Don't become us. Don't buy into this bullshit. Anyway, I'm in a hotel, so I gotta walk through the hallway. So I'm just gonna drop out because my headphones don't work. But don't buy into this bullshit, man. You guys have had 10 in your history. We've had 10 in January. Thanks for having me on, Gorilla, man. I appreciate
we've
it,
only
man.
had 2 in 20. I just looked this up. We've had 2 in 2026. We've had two
mass shootings. Mass
One was
shootings.
in Georgia.
Not school shootings. Mass shootings.
I just did. I just googled how many mass shootings at schools in 2026.
I can name 7. I'll be back. I'll be back. I can name 7, and I know there's 10. Anyway, I got to drop out so I can go walk outside and smoke. I can't, without the headphones, I can't keep you guys on in the hallway.
All
right. Sorry. Thanks for having me on. Thanks for letting me express my opinion. Sorry, PvP. I wasn't trying to shout you down, man. I'm just angry about it. I'm angry about people dying for no reason, bro.
Anybody that's familiar with the Gorillas cigar lounges knows we often get into it here, so no problem. Oh, I think he's already gone.
Let's catch. All right, let's see. Looked at a pic of the perpetrator. It's a dude, quite obviously. I haven't even bothered looking.
Oh, there's various pics.
We got
I sent you some.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it. It was already illegal. Innocent people should have weapons if they want. Criminals won't obey gun control or any kind of control. Yeah, exactly. The technology's already out there. They're going to get their hands on it one way or another. No one's going to roll this old man because I am old. You have convinced me though, Cam, that we should spend. Yeah, that's one of the big things we've lost was that we took away the asylums there, and we're replacing with psychiatrists who. Our problem is we're an over-medicated society. They got medication for everything. They try to put they put my kids on uppers and downers there just because they want to.
Wow.
My input on it didn't mean jack shit.
That's fucked up.
And hey, Pickles, how's it going? C4, I finally caught up to you. Happy birthday, late. Oh, it's Cam's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Cam. Welcome back, LG. Hope you're fine. Well, I almost caught up to C4. And the link's at the top there, LDG. The link's at the top there. No, but I got it. I got it pulled up here. There was 2 of them in 2026.
The thing is, does it really matter what the number is? It's like, it's not acceptable and it needs to stop. And I don't hear any political people on either side of the border talking about there's a problem. This is bad. We need to find a way to make it stop. I haven't heard anybody, no politician in Canada has even made that statement. I bet it's pretty similar down in the States where you are too, Gorilla. It's like there's got to be a political will to give a fuck enough about the lives of kids being shot down in fucking schools, which generally is where it happens. I mean, I know it happens in other places, like somebody goes postal. But, you know, it's like I've never heard any political party wanting to put in a game plan to try and solve this issue. And I'm not saying it's simple. I'm saying it might be complicated. You might have to do some, meetings about how to go about actually addressing, the problem, in the real world. But I haven't even seen them fucking try, which is what really pisses me off. Because all we get is bullshit. We get hyperbole, right? A dozen kids get slaughtered like animals, and it's like, oh, we feel so bad. Oh, cry, cry, cry. Tear, it's like crocodile tears. I've seen so many politicians over the last 10 years doing this crap. Oh, we feel so bad for the family. Oh. Yeah, fuck no, you don't. You're going to go back and count your money in fucking 5 minutes, you asshole.
That was actually kind of funny. I was listening and I heard PvP say, I haven't seen a politician put, and then it jumps to a freaking commercial, $1 million. I'm like, what? Oh, it's some freaking poker tournament commercial.
I do not endorse that.
Yeah.
I do not endorse that.
Oh, it was a sponsor for Gorilla.
I got a source here from. Yeah. But no, I got this here from Education Week that there's only been two in 2026 here.
Bullshit. There's been 7 mass shootings. I can't see the type, but are you looking up mass shootings? More than 7 people shot.
This is school shootings here. How many?
School shootings, mass shootings. School shootings are a subcategory of mass shootings.
Okay,
not all
so
school
shootings,
like not all. No. I said mass shootings. That's what I was trying to emphasize before I left, because I was saying there's been at least 7 mass shootings, 2 of which are school shootings in the first month of the year, and there have only been 10 mass shootings, school shootings, in Canada in their entire history. So think about that. 10 mass shootings, school shootings in Canada. Before this, right, we had that amount in 1 month. It's a fucking fracture in Canada that they can't believe that you would have another one. Why don't we feel the same way about mass shootings and about school shootings that the Canadians do? Why? Why are our young people being fucking mowed down for no reason? That's bullshit, man.
How many? Well, here's the question though: how many of those mass shootings though were gang related? How many of them were gang related?
Usually, it's a white guy with a fucking automatic weapon, kid. It's one of us. And I'm not any race traitor or self-hater or a loother. I love my guns. I'm white, yeah. But it's usually us who kills people. Why is that, man? That's fucked up.
Hey, you can drop my comment.
What's up, LDG? How you doing?
What up, Gab?
Yeah. Hey, and hey,
I get mad about this shit, man. It makes me angry, man. I don't like to see innocent people getting shot in schools. I think we can all agree on that, right? I mean, can we not agree that we don't like seeing kids get shot in school?
I think if anybody's in favor of
Yeah.
that, they should be shot.
Well,
Me too.
Who would be in favor of mass killings? Like, come on,
well,
I'm not.
well, no, I, you take them out quietly and strangle them. But that's how you deal with that. You know what I mean? You use a knotted rope
All
and
right,
you
let's,
strangle them to death.
Let's
But
see.
anyway, mass shootings.
All right, let's see some
In the first month
before I get taken down for it.
All right, sorry. I'll play.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Gorilla stream suddenly ended.
Sorry, I'm very fired up about
I
this
just don't want to get
subject.
taken down for threats.
Oh, I'm not threatening anyone. I just think that young people dying from gun violence is wrong.
Oh, on a spectrum of a whole bunch of shit that's also wrong.
Pedophilia? Yeah, that's wrong too.
Old Bad Bird has a question for you. We can agree. What's your solution, Ken?
Good question. I got an answer
What
to
is
that
my-
one.
That's what your solution would be.
Sure. My solution is that we all submit and register our guns to an authority. And yes, the authority can be corrupted, or we eliminate guns. If everyone gives up their guns, then no one has guns, and that's never going to happen, because the only thing that keeps our government in check is an armed militia. I understand that, an armed populace, and that's the only reason that the government has taken over now. It's a dichotomy, man. I'm not offering a solution to your problem. I'm just saying what's wrong with the system as it is. I don't really have a solution. I'm just crying out in the wilderness like every other asshole.
Yeah, well, it sucks because you can say you can follow a law, but that only fixes the people who follow laws. How do you fix the problem who don't follow the law?
And I get that, man. And I was a crime doer. I would circumvent the law if I had to. You know that. And yes, it's a perilous situation. But more often, I think it's identifying the lack of empathy in our society and the persecution of people who are on the fringe that causes them to lash out. And that's the real problem with our society.
That's what I'm saying. If you want to solve
It's a problem in our society. It's a mental health. It's a mental health crisis in our society because the schools are not schools; they're detention centers.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The mass shootings are only happening because the schools promote them to happen.
They're detention centers, and it's not the schools; it's our society.
I know 3 kids who would have loved to went back with an automatic when I was going to school, and they could have been one of those people.
I was one of those kids. Schools are a detention center. You know what I mean? They're not a learning center. They are most often a detention center where people are persecuted and shunned and treated abominably. And not a lot of learning is done. That's why during the pandemic, when they thought grades would fall off, a lot of people thrived in that environment where they could learn on their own, and now distance learning has finally been established as a thing. Anyway, these are societal, but look, these are societal problems that we're not going to legislate ourselves out of. Sorry.
I'm just going to say I know people on here in the community that I just know people that were self-schooled on here, and they're some of the most intelligent people I've ever met. So I'm all in favor of self-schooling at home, because I think a big part is the system is a problem, and I think the political people that put the system in place are a big part of the problem. We don't like to maybe address that the politicians are responsible for this. Maybe they're at arm's length, but I still think they're responsible to a certain degree. By the way, I just wanted to mention, I posted in the private chat, there was a massacre about 30 miles away from where I live in my hometown of Vernon back in April of 1996. A 30-year-old man, Mark Vijay Shahal, shot and killed 9 people and injured 2 at his former wife's home, where one of his sisters was preparing for a wedding. He then shot his ex-wife's father in front of the house. He washed his car inside the house. He went from room to room, fatally shooting his ex-wife, his mother, her 4 sisters, her brother, and the husband of one of the sisters. And I'll just finish up. The eldest sister's mother-in-law and daughter were injured. 2 granddaughters were left unharmed. He later shot himself in a motel, and I know exactly where that motel is.
Wow.
Because I've driven by it many times.
I mean, think about how devastating that is.
And but that makes it real, right?
Yeah,
when it happens
it's real
in your
shit.
hometown. It happened like a half a mile away from where I lived back then. So it's like, yeah, I get it. I get it.
I hope so, man, because that's fucking some scary shit right there.
Well, how deranged does the guy have to be to kill his wedding party on a wedding day? Like,
he washed his car. He washed his car. Are you fucking kidding me? They threw that detail in. They were like, yeah, he washed his car.
You probably ought to get the blood stains off.
So,
unbelievable, man. That's an unbelievable story.
So, all that Bert says, so all that Berger says, you demand for increased mental health care, perhaps government funded, sounds like a good idea. Yeah.
Hey man, look.
More mental health there.
Hey, look. I've been trying to get one-on-one therapy from the VA for over a year now. Because I'm angry. Have you noticed? Yeah. And I can't get it. And finally, the guy made an appointment with me like 2 weeks ago. He calls me up and he goes, yeah, I'm taking 6 weeks of leave and I'm canceling your appointment. Someone will be in touch with you.
God.
And then the chick gets in touch with me. She's like, yeah, on Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday. And then I realized that she's talking about 2 weeks from now. I'm like, yeah. When are you taking 6 weeks vacation, lady? It'll be next week before you meet with me.
Well, the thing is, they don't put enough money into healthcare. And you know what I don't like about our prime minister is, instead of putting money into healthcare, he sent $2 billion tax dollars to the Ukraine, supposedly to defend them. But as soon as he sent our tax money over there, Zelensky gave him a contract to rebuild Ukraine. So those $2 billion tax dollars disappeared into his Brookside Management Company.
Well,
money laundering.
I can't speak on that. All I can say is that infrastructure will need to be rebuilt in Ukraine, and much like Cheney's fucking black corporations, Halliburton and others rebuilt, Afghanistan, Iraq, and everything. That's the same kind of thing. But I like Carney's fucking standing up, at least. And
Carney
tariffs are bad, man. Tariffs are bad. And at least Carney has stood up for you guys.
No fuck. Carney's.
You don't think so?
Yeah, he's destroying Canada.
Okay.
He's cozying up to the communists in China. He's been there already. He loves China. He loves communism.
He
is killing. He's going to kill our country in the next couple of years. Mark my fucking words.
And you think Trump doesn't cozy up to Xi Jinping? Do you think that Trump doesn't cozy up to him? That he isn't letting Taiwan open to them? Come on, man.
Taiwan is not China. Okay, they're two different things.
Yeah, I know what the two different things are.
On a lighter note.
Now, during the campaign, Carney promised to have a trade deal done with Trump by July.
Why would you want a trade deal with us? Why would you want a trade deal with us? We are unreliable. at least the Chinese, they have a 5-year plan. We don't even have a 2-month plan.
I guess I can't talk if you're gonna.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, China and the United States have had the best trading relationship probably for 60 or 70 years now.
Yeah, no shit.
Probably going back to the Great Depression.
When we brought them out of the
Okay, we had more trade in a day going across our border, and it's across our border. So our trade goes back and forth by a truck. It doesn't go in a fucking boat over to China, which takes months to get there.
Okay, all right. I'll put it this way. How do you feel about the new bridge that was supposed to be open and would break the monopoly of the Marone family in Detroit from Michigan to Canada, right? How do you feel about that? Do you think that bridge shouldn't exist?
I think Carney's the guy that fucked it up and stopped it.
No, it's Trump. Trump fucked it.
It's not.
Fuck that, dude. You think
You're wrong. Hey, if you lived in Canada and paid attention to what's going on up here, you'd realize that Carney was the instigator because he keeps shitting on Trump instead of going down and doing a deal.
Instead of kissing his ass.
No,
you can't kiss this guy's ass anymore, man. He's a pedophile.
Okay,
he's a fucking pedophile.
Okay, now
he's a pedophile.
I'm done. Carney's
He's
also
a pedophile. He's a pedophile and a 34-time felon who fucks little kids.
You're full
Fuck
of
him.
Okay, Gorilla,
no, I'm not full of shit, man. It's there. It's there. See it for yourself. See it for yourself.
Fuck off. You're full of shit.
I'm not full of shit, dude.
I'm not going to take this abuse, Gorilla.
It's cool, man. You don't have to take it. I'll leave.
Cool. It's not cool.
So you're against the bridge, right? You're against the bridge that breaks the monopoly of the billionaire who also molested kids with Trump.
Okay, those are different things.
No, they're all the same thing. They're all related, kid.
They're not. Oh, fuck off. I can't talk to this guy, girl.
What do you mean? If guys are making decisions on who they're covering for their ass because they're billionaires together and they molested children, then you can't trust them.
Hey,
you can't trust them.
Oh my God!
You cannot trust them.
I got breaking news. Breaking news.
I can't even get it word.
I got breaking
news. Word in. I'm gonna leave, girl. If I
you should.
You should.
You're defending pedophiles.
If you cook rosemary and baked beans, it tastes really good.
I don't give a shit. If he's a pedophile, you know what? If he's a pedophile, he should go to jail.
Control yourselves.
He should go to jail too.
Fuck you! I'm not controlling.
He should go to jail.
Everybody,
they should all go to jail.
Calm down, everybody.
PvP, man.
Talking over each other.
That's so ridiculous, dude.
How
can you defend that? How can you defend that?
I can defend anything, bro. I can defend racism.
Not you, LDG. I wasn't saying you, but you want to get in this too? You shouldn't.
Well, I don't like. Well, your topic is a bit off my road.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's cool.
Like I said, I just found out putting rosemary in baked beans make baked beans 10 times better. Holy crap!
They're delicious, right? And a little bacon too.
No, I'm saying put rosemary in it.
Yeah, a little rosemary and bacon. It's delicious.
Oh my God, really good.
Super yummy.
So,
oh yeah, man, you guys can talk. It's cool. I said what I had to say.
Yeah, let's change the topic.
All right, so all that versus you made me think about more, Kev. The idea that China is always plans everything long term is bullshit. China's a dumpster fire like every totalitarian nation is. Well, it's a paper tiger. It's ready to collapse. It just needs a good push.
Yeah. It's much like the Soviet Union in the late 1980s and early 90s when they were, economically bankrupt. They're just trying to manipulate us, and Trump keeps playing into their game. And that's what I don't get. And now when you cousin Putin coming into
he cut off all
Eastern
their
Europe,
oil supplies.
then
He's cut off all their oil.
but if we go into Venezuela and we go into all these countries, that gives China the means to go into Taiwan, and we can't really do anything. We're not going to, prevent that. And that's the spread of communism, which you guys all say you hate, right? And fucking it's going to spread all over this world between the Chinese and the Russians. They're not our friends. Putin never gave up communism. He's a KGB fucking agent, born and trained. His dad was KGB. He's KGB. I fucking know these guys, man. The guy that was setting up Moscow Tower, guy Felix Sater, I used to work for him on Wall Street at Shearson Lehman Brothers. So don't tell me I don't know what these fucking guys are up to. It's the spread of what you guys say you hate, communism. No, it's the spread of oligarchy. And we need to stop this shit now before we lose democracy. And if you guys don't believe that, I don't know. I fear for this world. Anyway, I'm going to leave now.
Yeah.
PvP, you can cry some more. Later, girls. Thanks.
Be nice. Cab, be nice, sir. And let's see, Cab, PvP isn't defending PDF files. Nobody is. Trump took a bullet for me and called the police on Gilstein and Epstein. Trump took away the energy profits for China and Russia. Yeah, exactly. It's all a chessboard. He's taking off the chess play pieces. I agree with Cab that this one Putin is trying to use to run KGB. I don't get why some of the West seem to admire him. I don't think anybody admires him. They just respect him. If I shout my face and tell me I'm full shit. Man, I think this is a good place. I think we ought to end it here. PvP, do you got anything to promote?
Nope. Not really.
Alrighty.
But I'll tell you right now. I tell you right now. I don't give a fuck if somebody disagrees with what I have to say. But when you start shouting over me and shouting in my face and going over and over, so I can't even fucking say a word to put forward my opinion, that I think your opinion is incorrect, I am not going to have any respect for you. And I'm not going to go on another stream with this guy. I think he acted like a fucking asshole. Obviously, there's some heavy Trump derangement syndrome at work there. I know enough about what's going on in Canada. He does not. Don't tell me how to think about Canadian politics, because I'm 100 times more aware of it than you will ever fucking be. So don't fucking hijack what I'm trying to say, guy. And I'm done with people like him. I am done. It's like, you fucked me over like that one time, you're done. You are fucking done. You're off my fucking list of people I ever want to talk to again. And, you want to have him on anytime, Gorilla, go for it. But I will just leave. I'm not going to listen to anything he says, because a lot of what he said was completely incorrect. Let's put it this way. Venezuela has fucking nothing to do with Taiwan. Absolutely fucking nothing. But he seemed to try to make a connection between those two situations. Trump is a hero. Trump is going to probably end a 27-year evil regime with the Ayatollah any week now. I'm guessing the next 2 or 3 weeks he's going to pull the trigger. He's building up the military assets every day. There's more and more planes and ships moving into the Iranian offshore. This is going to happen. I think I saw a video where Israel was already helping the Iranians by putting in dropping in some support. I don't know what it is because I haven't watched that yet, so I can't confirm it. But I don't like to confirm anything I haven't actually thoroughly looked at. But if you don't think taking out a 26-year Venezuelan dictator is good, If you don't think taking out a 27-year evil regime that has killed thousands, if not millions, of Iranian people over the last 27 years, if you think that's okay, you really need to do some heavy rethinking about that. And Trump is a hero. Trump is the only president with the guts and the brains to actually try and achieve these things. And by the way, I did see a video where Trump is now talking with Vladimir Putin in Russia, and the two of them are thinking about signing a deal. Russia's thinking of going onto the American dollar, is what I heard from Putin, which is very interesting, because if Putin signs over to the American dollar, that's going to shake up things financially, I would think. So I haven't had time to verify that yet, but it's an interesting idea. Anyway, I think that's about it. I'm not in a happy mood right now. I came on here to enjoy myself and be civilized. Even when I disagree with people, I try to be civilized. I don't go talk over them and tell them they're full of shit, but some people, unfortunately, do that. So whatever. It is what it is.
All right. So Old Man Berger says, I was in the military for 21 years. I know what we have in store for anyone who messes with Taiwan. Yeah, exactly. Have a great, guys. Higher DB in full stream tonight. Thank you. Yeah, Cam is a good dude. PvP Cam is a good dude. PvP is a good dude. You guys just got a little hot under the collar.
Oh, he got a lot.
One has to pass the
lot more under the collar. Right?
Yeah, I got. Yeah. Well, I haven't really had much time to talk to Cam like on a stream versus in the chats there, though. But I think this is a good place to end it. I'll have the Walden stream tomorrow.
What are the episodes? Is it the one after the one we watched a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. Yes. And we got another super sticker here. So before I play a brand new song for everybody that I put on my channel,
Eugene Bird, you're the king. Super chats making our stars sing. Lighting the lounge, keeping it breathe. You're the sugar daddy of Gorilla. Thank you, Eugene, you're the best. Better than all the rest. With every puff we raise a cheer. Eugene Bird, our hero here.
Well, thank you, Old Man Bird there. Thank you very much here. And I'm going to be playing a new song here in just a sec. So, Cam has a good point. Why do you think take it out of brutal Venezuelan regime is okay, but we are supposed to oppose the brutal Russian regime actually terrorizing its neighbor? Oh, Russia has more nukes than us. All right, good stream, fellas. Yeah, one has nukes. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play the new song.
Stay broken, but the TVs glow all night. We live 3 feet apart, still avoiding eye contact. Names fade on the mailboxes, walls grow thick as skin. We wave with closed fists, never letting anyone in. We're speaking headlines, not our own words, shouting truths we've never heard. No confuse respect with silence. Trust with being right. This isn't the world our parents grew up in, where debate didn't mean war. You could disagree at the dinner table and still be welcome through the door. Nobody trusts, nobody risks saying something they can't defend. We don't debate, we just perform for people who already agree with us. Maybe we're scared of looking human, of saying I might be wrong. It's safer hiding behind the screen than admitting we still belong. Somewhere under all this noise, there's a voice trying to connect, but it's hard to hear compassion when outrage gets more respect. This isn't the world our parents grew up in, where trust wasn't a gamble to make. Now every stranger's a threat, every talk feels like a mistake. Nobody knows how to listen, everybody's keeping score. We stop talking to our neighbors and wonder why we're lonely anymore. If this is the world we're stuck living in, maybe the rebel thing to do is knock on a door, stay for the talk, and let someone disagree with you.